seed is Toronto? Did they sneak into the playoffs? No.
Something's wrong with like the Google. It's not populating like what's it called? The ranked team standings for any sport.
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
I was directing that at Brett. When you type in like MLB standings in Google, normally it'll pop up. It'll auto populate.
I'm on ESPN.
Oh.
I'm
Yeah,
always on ESPN because I'm checking my fantasy team.
I typically also use Google when I try to search
Fantasy baseball
standings.
is the most stressful 3 months of my life.
Because you're doing fantasy baseball. The fuck?
I've been I've
I'd
been in a
rather do
fantasy
fantasy
baseball league for a
curling.
decade, and I've never made the playoffs. And I just feel like I should stop playing, but I
You
keep
should.
playing.
Not because you're losing, it's just because baseball's a terrible sport and
Oh,
it's not
it's
worth
such
following.
bad. Oh.
Now recording.
Thank you, Craig. You're always
Is fantasy
reliable.
curling a thing?
I fucking hope it is. If I can do DraftKings and do curling, I will be on there every day doing my fucking
During
curling.
during the pandemic, because baseball was shut down in the United States, I was pretty close to trying to figure out how to do a point for point conversion on the Korean baseball league. Because at one point they were allowing people, just the baseball players, into the league, and then they had like stuffed animals in the background. So I was like, how can I get the whatever the Korean team Lions stats and try to convert this to ESPN? Is where I had gone during the pandemic.
Are you telling me that Korea didn't have a pandemic over there? It was all
No, they
baseball
did,
season
but
as normal?
they shut down like sports data over there because they were able to do it smart versus us, where they're just like, if we just keep people half away, we'll be fine.
Oh, yeah?
Or you had the basketball player who had like licked a bunch of stuff. He's like,
Oh, I
"Oh,
remember
bring
that.
on COVID," and then like a day later, he's like, "Oh man, guys, COVID's a big deal. I got it."
Well, that happened right before like the shutdowns.
Yeah,
That happened like the day before all the shutdowns. I remember that.
that was crazy. I was at a concert and they're just like, "Well, this is the last day of the tour."
Well, like I remember like when that whole thing was happening, um, there was the basketball season was still going on, and we were just I think it was the playoffs,
Yeah.
right? And we were
Yep.
just we were watching a game, and they canceled the game mid game, and then they said the rest of the season was canceled. And then I'm like, oh wow, people are gonna lose their fucking minds tomorrow.
I remember how hard it was just to buy Ring Fit, a Wii Fit, or Switch Fit, whatever it was called.
Yeah, the first right time. Yeah, right the first time. I'm so fucking tired.
A Ring Fit, yeah. I remember just how like insane it was trying to get those because everyone's like, "Oh my god, I need something to do inside."
What's a ring fit?
It's that
They
stupid
made this,
Switch
yeah,
game where
Pilates ring.
it's the ring and you squeeze it and no, it was a dumb game.
So it was like this $80 thing that came with a Pilates wheel, and you took the Joy Cons, you attached it to your leg, and it would be able to tell your pulse.
Oh.
And then you would like level up by squeezing the ring, and then you could also, because it was on your leg, it would also count. I think it was either squats or leg rises, almost like the power pad. So it was good for people who didn't weigh 300 pounds. So every time I did it, everything was falling in my house. Or they're like, it's a good concept, but you could get a better workout playing Beat Saber and a weight vest at this point.
So which one of you is Sonic and which one's Mario?
Um,
Um,
I'm more of a Sonic, I guess.
I'm probably more of a Mario because I don't move
Well, don't you
fast.
smoke weed?
Does Sonic smoke weed?
No, I'm
No, but
saying
Mario likes to pop those
Mario
mushrooms.
does.
Yeah, Mario does, especially the right ones and the wrong ones. I was gonna say maybe Sonic does smoke weed because of all those chili dogs he eats.
Yeah, but Mario is like that slovenly gait.
Tom, when did it become the Sonic meta that he loved chili dogs?
I know they said a lot in the
The
Urkel
cartoon.
cartoon.
Okay.
I know in Sonic 2 there are some bumpers you can hit that will deteriorate after you hit them a few times that look like chili dogs. I'm not sure if that's the origin of them or not. It was in the casino zone.
My my daughter in particular is obsessed with the Sonic TV show right now, so I've watched every episode like
The
6
old
times at
one?
this point. No, the new one.
On Netflix, right?
No.
Yeah,
I heard it was pretty decent.
it wasn't bad for a Sonic show. Sonic X? No,
No, Sex X is from like 20 years ago.
it wasn't Prime, was it? Yeah, Sonic Prime.
Yeah, Prime.
My daughter just knows all the Sonic characters. She's like, Amy's being mean to Sonic. I'm like, oh yeah, she is, man. Let's watch this. And she gets
Woman, am I right? Oh,
it's that one, and it's the movie with the girl Vivo. We've been watching a lot of Vivo.
what is Vivo?
Vivo is about a monkey from Cuba whose owner passes away, and he tries to go make the song with this girl from Florida. And it's like a story from Cuba to little Miami Spanish heritage, Cuban heritage. I don't want to ruin it, but it's good. Yeah, it's a cute little movie about a monkey.
Mm-hmm. Amazing.
Kikaju, sorry.
Kikaju.
It's a Kikaju.
Of course it is.
Kikaju's cute. Yeah, you know. Just a normal everyday Kikaju. Apparently this guy got hit in the face with a ball. Crazy.
Hello and welcome to the 50th episode of the, what do we call the show? Digital Deliberations. Yeah, 50 episodes, guys. Woo!
We did it! That's half of 100.
Yeah,
Boy,
woo! It's a good celebration podcast here. We got our cameras ready. We're all enthusiastic about showing up. It was great.
Boom, 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 boom. My camera just broke mid fucking stream. I'm sorry. Or start of the stream.
Yeah.
I'll fix it.
Some
I'll
people
fix
don't
it.
have the fucking program installed on their computer, despite the fact this is a weekly thing. You know, simple
Yep,
things like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, what the
50
fuck, Corey?
episodes!
it feels like freaking very personal.
Oh, really?
If you think
Well,
about
why would you possibly think that?
the 50th issue of Nintendo Power had the owl for Link's to Link's Awakening on it.
If I had
Yeah,
the
with sweet
ability
temporary tattoos.
to move my arms, I'd just be pointing towards my right here. But I don't have that ability, so just my gesturing will...
Oh, do you still not have enough room near your computer desk?
No, I just don't have the device to do it. It's like a Magic Leap or some shit. It's a little like puck-looking thing. You put it in front of your keyboard and it'll detect your hand motion.
The reason I was late was because I moved my computer and like slash ped like 5 inches further than I used to, so my headset was comically far away. So I was like kind of tilting my head sideways, so I had to go find a computer cord.
Are you using a wired headset?
I am.
What the fuck?
I am too.
Steel Series.
What the fuck is going on?
I only do. I'm not on. I used to have like one of the big wireless headsets, and then I realized that I only take meetings once in a while now. So
I don't understand how that has to do with anything. You're on a
Oh, I ju-
podcast once a week.
I'm gonna get a good microphone soon.
That's good. Then you can use any headphones you want. I use
But
it.
these are Steel Series. This microphone's pretty decent. Steel
Yeah.
Series, Artis.
It sounds fine.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't change like 15 colors,
That's great.
so it's garbage.
No, obviously. You'll never
If
make
it
it in
doesn't,
today's gaming world.
if I can't color coordinate my keyboard, my RAM, my fans, my underwear, my MeUndies, my socks, my shoes, my hexagon wall things, what the fuck is it worth playing video games?
It's a really good point.
It's very valid.
If I'm not drinking my Prime, getting sponsored,
Have you had Prime?
no.
Okay.
Is it bad?
I haven't tried it yet.
I assume it's overrated.
Oh, I've never heard anybody talk about it ever except you saying it right now.
We have Cherry Limeade Ghosts making it up our way, and I've heard rumors, just rumors, that Mountain Dew Code Red Zero is now in Minnesota, which means it might be hitting the shelves everywhere by the summer, which would be rad as fuck, because I heard it's good.
Minnesota, eh?
Yeah, it's been Florida. Florida is their testing ground for Mountain Dew, surprising.
Soul just left Florida, so I could have just said, hey, bring me some Mountain Dew Code Zero.
They have
And
some weird fucking flavors down there.
you fucked up, man. If I'd known this 12 hours earlier, I would have been fine.
So, what were you doing? You could have brought us all the fucking Mountain Dew flavors.
Yes, Soul.
It does cost like $30 to ship a 12-pack of what's that soda from California that we really like? Cactus Cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked into it. I was like, hey, friend from California, would you ship me some via UPS? She's like, would you like to pay the shipping fees? I'm like, it can't be that bad. I'm like, holy fuck, never mind.
It's liquid. You know, when you try to ship stuff and they're like, is this liquid or perishable or explosive? And you're like, no, of course not. Yeah.
It's like I do bottles, but bottles probably weigh just as much as like 12 packs.
The problem with soda is that you need it in the can or a glass bottle. The plastic bottles just don't
Exactly.
taste the same.
Like Fruitopia.
Fruitopia, they still make that?
No, they switched it over to bottles, and that was the end of it. Plastic bottles, that was the end.
Yeah.
Plastic bottles are everything.
I miss some canned Mott. Do they still have canned Mott? Because I've not seen that in a minute.
Was I the only one who liked OK Soda?
What's okay?
It was called OK.
I don't think I've ever seen it. I did have the virgin soda. I don't know.
Talking about.
I don't know if that was a widespread thing. Virgin, you know, the people who made
Oh, yeah. I did. That was
Richard
weird
Branson.
tasting. Yeah. It was a decent cola.
I mean, I guess. They came in a weird bottle. It was like oddly fat. It was a chubby bottle.
Yes.
Had like weird old people on the label. It was strange. And then they had a Snapple with like the fucking orbs in it. It's like Snapple O2 or something like that.
I used to drink Faygo because it was at Family Dollar a lot.
Oh, that's that ICP thing, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Back in the early days of the internet, I knew somebody from Michigan, and he'd always talk about the Faygo sodas. And I said, "Hey, send me a case of it." And he was like, "All right." And then pretty much the exact same thing. He was like, "Yeah, it's like $30 to ship it." I'm like, "Yeah, fuck that."
Yeah, it's not worth it.
That was before ICP was spraying at people in concerts.
Yeah. It's so weird.
Yeah, are they from Michigan?
No, but I really want to go to the Gathering of the Juggalos before it doesn't happen.
I feel like they are from Detroit, aren't they?
Oh, Detroit.
Yeah, they're from
Are
Detroit.
they? Yeah.
Makes sense.
I want to go to the Gathering of the Juggalos so bad.
You'd fit in very well.
It just sounds like, for a person who would love just a people watch, it sounds like the best place to go ever. I feel like I can't believe this is happening.
I'd rather view from afar, you know. If there's a live stream, you're like, look at those idiots.
That's true.
They're having a
I
good
just feel like
time.
you'd inadvertently see a whole bunch of trashy like behavior and like, right? That kind of goes hand in hand with that crowd.
Yeah, easy.
It goes hand in hand with people who shop at Walmart.
I heard it's like basically a universal drug. It's probably one of the biggest drug trading places in the world.
I mean, that's any concert, really.
Yeah, it's true. Burning Man is probably notorious for that.
Well, I don't want to sit here and like look down. It's like, oh yeah, people, maybe there's like some, it's classist, like, oh, those people.
Yeah, us
Maybe there's like
classist
financial
fucking
thing or whatever. But there's something like proudly trashy about that whole.
us fucking
I
middle
don't know, it's
class judging assholes, you know.
We're such dicks.
Yeah.
I'm really sticking it to the ICP crowd.
Yeah.
How dare them have fun doing drugs and somehow paying for concert tickets instead of probably providing for their families.
That's the key there. Like, they're not providing for their families. Thing is, everything else is okay.
Come on,
but,
kids, we're eating government cheese for the next 3 days so I can go to the ICP Clown Fest.
You're neglecting the fact that the Juggalos are a family. And they do their family meetings once a year.
Come on, little Pixie and little Hatchet, get into the car.
So, you guys hear about that Phil Harrison? You love that guy.
I don't know who that is.
Who's that?
He is the man who was with the PlayStation consoles during the era of the launch of the PS3.
Oh yeah, I've heard of him.
And then he left to go to Microsoft. And then he didn't do great at the Microsofts either. And then he was like, "All right, I want to go to Google now." And then he worked on Stadia. And then Stadia did very well, and he got promoted to king of Google. Only that didn't actually happen, and I thought he got fired along with the destruction of Stadia, but no, he's leaving now. He's like the industry's, like, The joke is that he can only fail up.
Yeah, exactly. He just keeps landing somehow on his feet.
After many failures.
I think though, at that point, if you get like your first 2-3 million in your pocket, do you fail? Do you just become? Is he the Yui Bowl at this point of like Silicon Valley?
I don't know if Yui Bowl ever failed up.
He kept making movies.
Yeah,
like
because he kept running through tax what do you call that when they guarantee you money?
oh
filming.
yeah.
What?
What are you talking about?
Yui Bowl.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he kept filming like Germany and Canada and getting some kind of joint Canadian-Germany film creation stipend in his film production, so they're paying him to make these movies. And
These films are so bad.
Some of
So
them are
bad.
enjoyable. I really like the Dungeon Siege movie. The movie's great. It's a solid movie. It's bad, but it's like funny bad, you know? It's one of those. It has Ray Liotta as a evil wizard.
Is Ray Liotta's last movie Cocaine Bear?
No, there's one more
No.
coming out.
Oh, thank God! I thought
There's
he was.
3 more coming out.
3
I
more.
actually
Thank
just looked this up.
God.
Yeah. He's in Charlie Day directed a movie and he's in it.
That's the one I know about.
I had such a bad feeling. I'm like, is he gonna get Raul Juliet into Street Fighter?
Raul Julia had a great time in Street Fighter.
I know he did, but it was like
So-
that's his last movie. Dude is like,
But Raul Julia didn't know he was dying. I don't know if that Ray Liotta did or not, but he's like,
oh, he did.
yeah,
No, Ray Liotta did.
Raul Julia did it for his kids because he knew he was dying of cancer, and he's like, I'm gonna do this for my kids because his kids like Street Fighter.
Oh, that makes sense. That's good then.
He's a bro to the end. I don't know what Ray Liotta's story is. He seems like he died pretty suddenly.
He died all of a sudden.
Yeah,
I think either overdose or something like that.
I thought it was some kind of illness, but I mean it makes sense if it was he was good fella. He was the good fella.
He was the good fella.
It's true. It's true. All right. Microsoft's releasing controllers made out of reclaimed plastic.
Cool.
It's for some reason it's more expensive than the standard controller by $5. I don't understand that part of the deal, but it actually looks kind of cool. It's like this kind of like this forest green with like a lime green D-pad and black face buttons. It's pretty nice looking controller, all things considered. I don't think I'm gonna pay the extra money for it, but it's not bad. It's a cool looking thing, very unique looking. But yeah, what's the percentage of this? 1/3 of it is made out of reclaimed plastics.
Oh, nice.
That's something. It should be cheaper, guys. It's not more
Yeah.
expensive.
People hang on to their game controllers though, right? You don't really see a lot of like.
You're asking me, the man with boxes of game controllers?
Yeah,
was
I
gonna
know, but I'm saying
say-
like people just don't throw out game controllers. They save those or sell them.
And people will like. I guess that's cool that they're doing it, but maybe it's just from like Game Stops and shit who have to like send them back, or like Walmart's. But I feel like we're
It's-
at the point where it's like,
It's not reclaimed controllers. It's plastic, like recycled
Yeah.
CDs and bottles and stuff.
oh, that's kind of cool.
Just the plastic they're using with the mold is partially recycled plastic. I don't know why they don't do fully recycled unless it's just not structurally sound enough to do it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Really cool of them though.
Yeah, that's interesting. Remember that time where they changed all the DVD cases to have those like big sections of the DVD case cut out with the recycling symbol? It's like, we did this to save plastic. Like, yeah, but it feels like shit.
I got bummed when they stopped including inserts and everything, where I was just like, when you would buy CDs and it was literally one piece of picture or one piece of paper.
Yeah, I mean, it's both, just because of the age we live in where everything's digital anyway, and the, the nostalgia of having like full manuals and shit, especially when you got like the working design manuals back in the PS1 and Sega CD days. Those
Don't
things are
charge
like,
me for a fucking digital art book. It's like you should not be making me pay $2.99 for your digital art book.
what is with all of these Steam games that you can buy? It's like $10 more to get the digital art book and soundtrack.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
That's-
What is this trend?
Or I can go on Spotify and just add it to my playlist.
That's been a thing for a long time.
Yeah,
though.
it's weird. I don't like it.
I
Before
just
it's
hate
like
when
they used to give you that shit when you pre-ordered a game. Now it's like, oh, you paid $10 extra and here's a fucking soundtrack that I don't know if they ever standardized it, but like a lot of my old games where I got the soundtrack, like Hotline Miami, they're just like random WAV files. It's not like a folder that's FLAC FLAC files that are logically labeled and like collected in some way. It was just like just a random file names and shit. It's like, why would you sell this to me? What is this? It's embarrassing.
I get super bummed when I think a game I haven't checked out in a while. I'm like, oh, cool, new DLC, and I find out it's just an art book
Yeah.
or a soundtrack. I'm like, motherfucker. I'm like, give me. That's not new. That's not an update. That's
That should just be included
Thanks,
with the game.
Stardew Valley. Thanks for having me click on the game again. Even though Stardew Valley is a bad example, they always update. They've been updating that game, or that guy has been updating that game for like fucking 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you guys hear about Amazon cutting 100 staffers from the gaming subsidiaries?
After losing their system, did we see those jobs staying much longer? I think it's nice that they kept those employees on.
They sell their system. They still have that game in the works that fucking, I don't know if it's gonna be a MOBA or what the fuck it is. I know they canceled that battle royale thing they had going on, but they're making that other thing, and they also still have Luma.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. And what are they? They're working on some game, some big name game from somebody, and it has Amazon attached to it. It's that I think it's that anime Namco possible MMO that looked kind of interesting. I think it's Amazon involved. You know what I'm talking about? I got it.
Sounds cool though.
I can just type in right now. I'll type in Amazon Namco RPG. Oh yes, Blue Protocol. That's what it's called. They had it at I don't know, Game Awards or something. Whatever the last gaming show was, they had a trailer for it. It looked like a Namco RPG. A lot of anime, a lot of colors. Like a
at that lull where I have 2 games, or like there's like 3 games coming out, and it's all in like 2 weeks and 3 days. So
it's kind of cel shaded.
Yeah, I mean it's a Namco RPG. They all kind of look like that.
I think I'm gonna do a stream on Friday of the first few hours of Dead Island 2.
Oh boy, Dead Island 2.
Hey, it's the day it comes out, bro. You've seen it here first.
I'm upset that you're buying it because the game looks like shit.
I'm buying it because I like Deep Silver and they're Swedish.
Deep Silver's a publisher.
They seem like nice guys.
Did they develop a game?
Oh, it was Dead Island.
I mean, if that's true, then I feel bad because Dead Island 1 was shit. Garbage game.
I think they did it and then they abandoned it for a while and they did Dying Light.
I swear there was another Dead Island game.
Nope.
I don't know if it was like a side game or something.
We're on an islandish area in Dying Light.
And Dying Light's another bad game.
Dying Light 2 is in LA, or is that Dead Island? Dead Island 2 is in LA.
Dead Island is in an island.
Dying Light 2 took out all the guns, and that's why I won't play it.
It looks like a shit game. The first one was a shit game.
I liked it.
You like
They're
shit
fun.
games?
Yeah. I like games.
I haven't played it.
You don't
Really
play
fun
shit
game.
games.
I don't play shit games.
Yeah, you play shit games. We all play shit games once in a while.
I don't know. I've seen this guy playing a lot of Nintendo games lately. Nintendo
Me? Yeah, I know.
Nintendo plays a lot of bangers.
Killers.
There's a new Street Fighter movie in the works. You excited?
Yes!
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Jean-Claude Van Damme gonna be in it?
I think it's by the people who did the Mortal Kombat movie, which I liked the last Mortal Kombat movie. I thought it was pretty good.
Really good movie.
Never saw it.
It's pretty good for like a dumb video game movie. It was pretty good.
Fun
It's on my
dumb movie.
Plex, I just haven't gone around to it.
Yeah.
It fell victim to the exact same thing about that, like those reviews I heard about the Mario movie. It was like the one from the '90s was better. That movie from the '90s fucking sucked. It was only saved by that campy ass guy who played Luke. What's his name? Shang Tsung. The only
My
good
friend
part of
said
that
it was
movie.
a bait and switch. I'm like, no, that other. I'm like,
Bait
every,
and switch.
I'm
It
like,
gave you
dude.
Mario. What are you talking about?
I'm like, I told him like anyone who thought the '90s Mario was better than this one was like sniffing glue.
What are you talking? Bait and switch. The
Bait
Super
and
Mario
switch.
movie had a lot of Super Mario in it. What the fuck are you talking about? The fuck you actually talking about? Fucking Christ.
Enough Yoshi though.
Yeah,
That was my biggest qualm in it.
They had a lot of Yoshi, and they had a perfect amount of it because he didn't talk, and it was great.
Just needed a little bit more.
Let's see. So, what was it? Legendary Entertainment. I read this before, but I read it last week when we were actually doing a podcast.
Here's a question though: are we in the age of like? Remember when Wolverine in the X-Men, the claws first came out, and all of us were like, "Holy shit, that was cool." And then we got oversaturated with like we got a bunch of really good Marvel movies and cinematics got good for that way. Are we in the age where video game movies are and like video game cinema is finally going to be good for our aged people?
No,
Yeah.
I think that's what's happening.
I don't think it is.
No, I think it's gonna be mid-length. I read an article. AV Club posted an article that was really interesting because like they said that we're kind of screwed now because this Mario movie is like one of the most
Yes, but you have to put in
highest
factor.
grossing animated movies ever.
Yeah, but
so now they're just gonna start pumping these video game movies out. There's gonna be
no. Okay. The problem with this philosophy here is that it's Super Mario Brothers, one of the most recognizable people in all of pop culture. You cannot make a fucking Dig Dug movie and expect it to have anywhere near the numbers of what a Mario movie would bring you in. So
that's not the lesson here though. The lesson here though is like Nintendo is gonna be like, oh, you know what's also popular? Zelda.
If they make a Zelda movie, it will fucking do gangbusters. If they do any other Nintendo property, it will not.
They will dig deep as long as like they can keep tying them in, and then in like the Kirby movie, there'll be like a couple. Know,
I'm telling you, no, it's not. It's
there'll
not
be
gonna
like
work.
Mario.
Yeah, we don't need a Kirby
We're gonna try
movie.
to do a Nintendo Cinematic Universe.
I'm just trying to think of people who would watch movies based on things like, oh, it's Nintendo and stuff. And if it's not Mario or it's not Zelda, it's not going to be popular. People are not going to watch a Metroid movie. People are not going to watch Star Fox. It's not going to happen.
Oh yeah,
it's going to be very niche.
I agree.
Like people
really
like me will watch those movies, but the average person's like, oh, I only care about Mario. I don't care about this fucking nerd shit. People
really hated that Iron Man movie. You know what I mean? Like that didn't do well at all. You're so off. You're so off the mark here, Tom. They're gonna go deep and it's gonna be really big and then it's gonna like die off in like 15
Let
years.
it be known on episode 50 of Digital Deliberations, Tori said something incredibly stupid and I will remember this and I will point it out in every future episode when all these movies fucking fail to make anywhere near as much money as they expected to make and they stop making them. The thing with Marvel movies is that nobody gives a fuck about comic books. Nobody. Legit, nobody cares. So when they actually made a good movie and they had perfect like writing and all this foundation for it, and like we have all of these properties, we can do something with these because nobody gives a fuck about comic books. So let's take all the stories, combine them, make something that's like, you know, digestible in an hour and a half, 2 hours, and connect them with stupid giddy writing. They also need a hook like Marvel movies have, where it's all fucking like, you know, Guardians of the Galaxy, how they're all fucking snarky little cunts.
That's totally. I mean, it's gonna go one way or the other. But like, my theory is like, Nintendo movies are gonna become unpopular about the time after the third Metroid movie. That's when people are gonna get oversaturated. They're gonna hit on something big here. We're screwed. We're gonna get so sick of these characters.
I can see them doing more Mario movies. I can see maybe a Donkey Kong spin-off since they established him in the Mario movie. Zelda would do crazy, but nothing else will do well.
Do you think Seth Rogen would come back as Donkey Kong?
Of course he would.
I saw them do it. I saw them making fun of like Princess Peach's name and stuff like that, and they just made them all look like assholes. Like, yeah, Princess like Plum was gonna be the second guess. I was like, oh, good job, guys.
Here's another thing about Marvel movies. They were all relatively high quality.
Mm-hmm.
Mario movie was an okay movie that did well with the source material, but I do not see that running into a long-running movie universe because there's not much to work with. You know
I
what
don't
I
know,
mean?
man. They could go into like, they could do a whole. They could make a whole movie on like one of the Mario RPG games. You know
They're
what I
not
mean?
going to do that.
They. I'm saying though, there's a lot there's some like deep lore in in that universe
Deep,
in Mario.
deep lore. None of it's consistent. We talking
That's why I
about
get bummed out when people are just like the lore of Mario. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
the only thing that seems canon in the world of Mario Bros. Is they kind of stabilize what Princess Peach's castle looks like. That's about it.
Then there's gonna be this crazy Sonic Mario crossover movie.
Oh man, I'd watch that. Those Sonic movies suck
Yeah,
though.
you would.
Sonic movies are bad. Oh,
Oh,
hi Navi. I didn't realize people were in chat.
What's up, Navi?
this Red Sox game ended crazy.
Tell me more.
I disagree with your assessment of the first Sonic movie. I thought it was rather shit.
I thought it was fun.
Yeah, well, I'll ask Dead Island what he feels about it later.
I don't know if any of the reviews are out yet for it.
Uh,
Yeah, I got a good review already, so that makes me feel happy.
I'm getting snark from the peanut gallery.
7.75. That's what exactly. I was hoping it got at least a 7. If it got a 7, it was successful in my head.
Yeah.
Don't you know that if you don't get a 9, it's trash video games?
I think a 7 with a game where I'm just going to be bashing zombies for the next fucking 20 hours is exactly what I want right now.
So, Miyamoto unsurprisingly said that the mobile platform is not the future of Mario.
Yeah, no shit.
It's not the primary path, you see. They can make some fun side games on the mobile device, but it's not where Mario is. Mario is on the Nintendo Switch home console / hybrid portable.
Nintendo just needs to make a console similar to the Steam Deck and then just call it a day because they're so fucking far off right now. They just need to make something more powerful if they want.
The rumor mill is that people have been getting their Switch 2 development kits.
Yeah, I heard about that.
But it's Nintendo, so no matter what this new hardware there is, it's going to be cheap and outdated because that's how Nintendo does things. But
hey guys, we got the power of a 360. Are you impressed? No.
SoCs between 2016, 2015, whenever the fucking that Nvidia chip was made, and now have had significant advantages. So even if they did cheap out a bit, the technology of today is still pretty capable. So it's not going to be a PS5 obviously, but it'd probably be perfectly fine for what they want.
They'll be able to make the games they want and everything, and then
I mean, they're still doing it with this old hardware, so any kind of refresh is kind of a welcome change. Oh yeah, can't wait for $70 Nintendo games that are not Zelda.
Oh my! Like even if it is Zelda, I think it's starting to bum me out.
Don't
That's
they try
just
to
dumb.
keep things affordable for the masses? I don't know. $30 is, I guess, a decent price for a little system, I suppose. But the hardware is incredibly cheap. Like a Shield, the Shield uses the same hardware, and those things are $100. So
Intro to Steam Deck is $399.
How much? $399?
what is Steam Deck?
Steam Deck, the first intro package one, I think
like
is.
it was four or $500.
Something like that. Yeah. I don't know. Everything's moving to ARM anyway. Soon PCs will be running on ARM. Mac already made the change to M1, M2.
So x86 is dying.
I wouldn't say it's dying. It's just a very power-hungry chipset. Things nowadays are trying to focus on mobile and portability. So when you think of computers, most people think about laptops. So try to make things kind of efficient towards that end goal and making the operating systems work towards it and all that stuff. So if we end up with a efficient version of Windows running on ARM. It would not shock me in the slightest. The next 5 to 10 years of computer technology is going to be more or less how to put more shit in one chip. Instead of, GPUs and, $1,600 GPUs and RAM and shit. It's going to probably be all more focused on slamming stuff into like one APU.
Still will always be a market for GPUs, though, I think.
I just think they're going to evolve in how they work.
Yeah.
It's not going to be as much power dedicated to just a GPU as opposed to having the processor to handle some of the workload, having processors more capable of doing what a GPU does, that kind of thing. I mean, the Steam Deck alone runs on an APU, and that thing's pretty capable. So let's imagine evolution of that. It all depends, on transistors and shrinking dies and all that fun stuff. I got some bad news for you guys.
Uh-oh.
The creator of the Bubsy the Bobcat has passed away.
No.
Mike Berlin has sadly left us. He gave us the greatest gift, the gift of Bubsy.
Too soon.
Too soon. He was like in his 70s. It wasn't that
Oh,
tragic, but it's still, he
Still
was,
sad.
Of course it's sad. Bubsy's an
Good
icon.
game.
I wouldn't know if I call it a good game, but it's definitely
okay.
It's
He's
definitely
fun.
It's definitely a game I played a lot in my childhood.
No awesome possum.
My biggest problem with Bubsy is that it's too zoomed in. Like the sprites are too big, and if you kind of run out fast in that game very quickly, and very easily when you run into something you didn't see coming because you just don't have enough screen real estate to see what's happening. So if they zoomed that back, I think it was less bad on the Super Nintendo, if I remember correctly. I think the Genesis was a lower resolution, but they just need to if somebody decompiled those games and made them widescreen, it'd probably be a better game.
I never played any of them.
Yeah, I mean they were decent platformers, had goofy music, and the cat that we just said stupid one-liners. What could possibly go wrong? I still reference that to this day. Nobody knows what I'm talking about.
I know people really hated that Bubsy 3D one, though.
Oh, that game is absolutely terrible. I'm talking about the 2D ones. They've made like 2 or 3 sequels in the past 5 years. After it being a dead series for like 30 years. Very strange. I didn't play any of the new ones, though. Maybe they're good. I did play a very bad game recently. I'll talk about that later. If I remember, just remind me. Let's see what else is going on. R.I.P. Mike Berlin. That's an old story. That's the site of piracy. That is a movie I'm supposed to watch. Tori, you jumbled up my tabs.
You hear what happened to Gary Bowser?
Yeah, that's one of my stories. Gary Bowser.
That's one of your stories? Okay, cool.
Yeah, it was after the me downloading PlayStation 1 games. Let's just do that one. Switch hacker Gary Bowser gets an early prison release, but is forced to pay 20% of his paycheck for the next rest of his life. Which is fucking funny. He sold mod chips.
And he wasn't even one of the big guys on it. Like the other guy basically sounds like sold him the fuck out. Like it sounds like he made a few $100,000, which is it's a lot, but compared to what that other dude made, so they said that he made like $160 in his prison job, and Nintendo took $30 of it.
Yeah, his grand fine was $14.8 million. That's not excessive at all. That's a perfectly reasonable amount of money to charge somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
Because of mod chips. I mean, their model was absolute garbage, and it was very anti-consumer, and it went against the. When I think of the hacking scene and console manipulation, it's like a us versus them kind of thing, where it's fuck these corporations making all these lockdown hardware and all that stuff. Let's band together and break these things open so people can do what they want with them. And then you always got the assholes who just want to profit. People like NFT and crypto bros. All they want is they don't give a fuck what they ruin, what they use, and they can abuse it. They will take it, make money. So fuck that. Fuck them for that. But this is an absurd ruling.
Yeah, I
Oh,
can't really sympathize with him too much because it was very dumb what he was doing. Like,
You should not
but
be
like, it was,
charging for firmware. That is
yeah.
bizarre and should not be a thing you do. That's why that is what I assume got them, because anybody can hack a firmware and sell
Oh
it, but
yeah.
they were selling the firmware. So I wonder if that's actually Nintendo patents that they are selling. I mean, that's probably what it was, because overall hacking is legal in this country. You can do
yeah.
whatever you want with
Yeah,
the
it was
devices you want.
decrypted. I read an article. It was, like, decrypted something that some intellectual property or whatever
Yeah,
was. So
or maybe they used
obviously,
official Nintendo dev kits or some kind of insider software they shouldn't have had access to. That's a possibility too. Yeah, but either way, it's an absurd ruling. $14.8 million.
Yeah.
I do. It's like I appreciate the people who like go out and like, hack the things and stuff. And it seems almost like a scientific endeavor. You know what I mean? Like they're
100%.
going in there.
They talk about these things during hackathons and big security conferences and all this stuff. Like what the
Yeah,
people who did the Wii hack had a panel, and people
and
who
it
did the PS3 hack and all this stuff.
and it makes and people learn from those sort of things, and that they design systems with that in mind, probably, and it makes everything more secure. So like I appreciate that aspect of it, but people were literally just making money off.
Yeah, this is 100% a profit driven anti, community
Yeah.
endeavor. And the day they just wanted to sell pirated games. I don't know. I don't like when people profit off these things. I contribute to the development of emulators and stuff like that. I think we all know where I stand with that end of things.
Well, also, I just think at this point we are no longer in an honest setup for people, even in the collector's market, where I think emulation is going to save any type of mass loss of physical product, because a few years ago there was that issue where people bought all those ancient PC games on floppy disks to find out that the original copies of the games that were on there weren't there, and that the person just put it in like a fancy old ass box and ended up putting dupes in it. And we're talking like $150,000 up to, I think the guy made it out with almost $2-3 million worth of duped ancient games. And when I was a kid, when we sold our copy of Chrono Trigger for $80, it was because people wanted it. It wasn't like, okay, open that fucking cartridge and let me see if this is a dupe. It's just it's just become absurd.
I really don't
So
like when people sell duplicate ROMs cartridges and they don't mark on the cartridge that is a reproduction. I don't like when they do that. I don't have a
Yeah,
problem with
so
reproductions at
douchey.
all. I just don't like it when they try to
No.
pass it off as authentic. That's a problem
When
with
so,
it.
when someone asked me one time when I was doing an auction, they're like, "Is this a dupe?" I'm like, "Wait, people do that?" He's like, "Oh, okay, you're clean." Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Oh yeah, you can go to AliExpress and buy any game you want for like $5 to $20.
Which makes me kind of happy though, because I was thinking you could go buy like a Nintendo with a new connector in it and just go buy a ROM loaded cartridge. And I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, if you want to play the games, there's ways to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Without needing to go buy them now, which I thought was kind of fun. I was like, yeah, I'd definitely pay $30 to have 250 Nintendo games so I don't have to stand up.
I don't think you want me to go on my elitist rant.
Go for it. What's the elitist rant about what?
How you haven't played a game unless it's on original hardware with the original cartridge.
I saw someone in a documentary. It's just like, it just plays different. I'm like, it doesn't.
It's a placebo effect.
so my whole thing is like, so if people want to treat video games like like a medium, like movies or books or whatever like that, then you have to make them more available.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the way these companies kind of hang on to the intellectual properties, it's not just Nintendo. Sony does it too, where they're not, they'll charge you the same price that the day it came out like 20 years ago for it or something.
Yeah, Nintendo still
Yeah,
Activision.
does it with Pokemon.
but like this game came out And if this was like a book or something, it would be in a library and you could just go read it whenever you wanted. Or if even movies, or you could find like it at a Goodwill or something, but it's just not available. So I don't have, you know what I mean? So I don't really have a qualm. Like if you want to purchase, special edition of like, Super Mario World or something like that, well then there should be more
No, man,
in it. You know what I mean? There should be like,
you gotta,
artwork and interviews and stuff like that accompanying it. It just shouldn't be like, hey, you're gonna pay, you know, $20 a month, which I think is what NSO is right now.
let's say a year, 25 a year, I think.
25 a year. But still, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I know
Yeah.
what you mean. It's like the inability to actually own any product anymore. You can't own a copy of I don't know, fucking Outrun on the Sega Genesis without having a physical cartridge. I mean, that's probably a bad example because Sega is very good at releasing all their old ROMs. You can buy those anywhere. But fucking.
Outrun was a hard one though to get for a while because of the soundtrack, wasn't it? Or for the 360 that got pulled off because of soundtrack reasons. Because we're at that point where certain games are getting pulled off the market because of the soundtrack that was originally set up for like artists of that nature, and that's mostly games like Tony Hawk, any of those WWE games that had like any of those Cold Chamber, whatever the fuck you want to say, and any of those ATV off-road games. That's where we're going to start running into is some of the games might start disappearing for soundtrack reasons.
Well, the issue, I mean, the reason all that happened was it was still a new medium, and they didn't think ahead of like in 20 years what we're going to do. It's
Exactly.
going to play Thug, and we have all these licensed music that expires. Like that wasn't a thing they thought about. Is also like the idea they don't think about that now. It's still shocking when they do shit like
Yeah.
have your video on Twitch get flagged for copyright music in the fucking game. It's fucking ridiculous. It's like the lack of foresight is astounding.
You know what was really cool?
GOG.com.
There's an Atari collection that came out not too long ago.
Yeah, I talked about it.
Oh, okay.
Newgrounds.
And it has all sorts of interviews and, a bunch of unreleased games and re-release.
It has that interview where it's like, nobody was getting high inside the Atari offices. In the very next scene, we're getting high all the time.
Yeah.
It was great. Good times, good times. That was a fun little emulation thing. And that's the reason why we have a Jaguar emulator now. That's pretty efficient.
Is that the reason why?
Yep, the guy developed it for that collection, and he just said, fuck it, here you go, and released it afterwards, and you can just download the Jaguar emulator now. He then updated it to support Jaguar CD games, so you can do those too. Not that you'd really want to, but you can. There's a Bubsy game on the Jaguar. It's exclusive to it. There you go.
Nintendo should do something like that.
Nintendo don't give a fuck.
No.
It's such an awful company.
They released Nintendo Mini, made it extremely limited, and charged a lot for it, and they did it again with the Super Nintendo and didn't change anything. They just gave
do a
you
bunch of shit like that. Like, hey guys, it's Kid Icarus Day. Remember Kid Icarus? It's been 30 years for you 15 people out there. It's like, yeah, you get a new amiibo. It's like, shut the fuck up, you douchebags.
Gotta be honest with you, I never liked Kid Icarus.
I can't wait for the Kid Icarus movie when that comes out.
Oh, it's gonna be crazy. The extended Mario universe. That's gonna be nuts. Mario did play Kid Icarus in the movie, so it's canon. It's added to the film.
Who do you want to play the duck in Duck Hunt?
Oh man.
Ooh.
Who's Bill Hader?
Bill Hader, that'd be good.
Bill Hader would be a good one.
Yeah, that's my duck.
Who's the guy who does the Seth Meyers?
Seth Meyers?
Seth Meyers.
For the dog?
Yeah, I think it'd be funny. Seth Meyers is due.
Okay.
I got it, yeah.
I just think it would be funny if we took somebody that, like, because Bill Hader had already done the voice work in Star Wars.
I want to see Seth Rogen's laugh for the dog.
Ooh.
Just I want to see
the dog
that
doesn't laugh. He cries. The dog's sad.
Is he crying?
He's crying because you missed the duck. He's like, oh no, I want to get the duck.
Sounds like he's
Yeah,
mocking you.
He's crying.
Sounds
He
more
has
like
like his
mock.
hands over his eyes. He's like, I'm
crying.
sad that I didn't get to get the duck that you shot.
It's like a mocking.
Y'all
cry.
knew? Y'all knew the duck hunt?
Alright, let's move on.
I'm just saying, it's more of a mock cry versus a cry.
Did you guys hear about Sega buying Rovio?
What?
Sega bought Rovio.
Really?
Well, they're acquiring them. I don't know when it finalizes, but they are buying them for $76 million.
Jesus.
They want them Angry Birds.
Isn't that all they have? No, they've got a bunch of apps that might benefit them.
Yeah, I don't know. They do a lot of the shit ton of ads and buy more turn games, but I do not play.
I heard the last Angry Birds game got a bunch of bullshit because they tried to release it as freeware, and then they eventually, because you could have just used to buy it for 99 cents, obviously, for all those kids out there who don't remember the original Angry Birds. You could buy a whole game for 99 cents or $5, whatever the fuck it was, and they tried to release it as like bullshit freeware, and people flip the fuck out.
It's almost like you're on this podcast.
Hmm?
I talked about that.
Oh.
That's what you
I
heard.
knew I heard it. Knew where I heard it somewhere.
I'm chock full of useful information.
Once in a while.
Yeah. In stellar game opinions. There's still shit going on with that fucking Dark and Darker game. Nexon is filing lawsuits against the company and on the U.S. division, and they said, fuck it, we're just going to release it on torrent. So they released an official torrent. We can download Dark and Darker.
God. This isn't going to fucking end well.
I mean, they can release it however the fuck they want. The point is that they can't get any fucking momentum with the game if they can't get it on platforms because they're being sued by the parent company. I wouldn't say parent company, but their ex-employers.
I feel like any momentum they did have is fucking gone.
And people really like that game. I don't know. I had fun with it for a while, but I got sick of it, and other people are still fucking loving it.
Our friends were so angry when they played it.
I don't see this working out very well for them in the end of the light here. That's all I gotta say about that, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer.
They're trying. Meanwhile, Cool is stopping support of Dreams. They're going to release a final update for it and change a few things around, remove a bunch of features that are prone to be problematic in the future. They're trying to make it stable enough to be self-sustaining and walk away from it. I think go work on some other project. So they're just removing like multiplayer something or other, and I never once played Dreams. I don't know exactly how it works, but
Or did we played a bit of it? That was good.
Yeah, there's some like really cool stuff on there. Like
I've seen videos, but I've never actually personally played it or downloaded anybody else's game or anything.
people were making wild stuff.
Oh
Even,
man, we watched a lot of cool shit on it.
remember the sign? There was a sign. Someone recreated Seinfeld and made like this, like the Seinfeld
Yeah.
apartment, and made this like very surreal horror like episode. And then recently someone made like the T-Rex breaking out of the paddock scene from Jurassic Park, and it looked like almost just as good as the movie. It was really wild. Like people were very talented.
Was it dreamy?
I don't know exactly what you mean by that, but like all of like the assets and dreams had like this kind of fuzzy look to them, but in that scene it wasn't really too obvious.
Don't know where my dog went.
Hold on, let me
If I see his dog, let me know. Oh shit. That's all I got for news stories.
I'll share this in the Discord because it's worth watching.
Oh boy.
Or the Telegram, wherever you guys.
I don't give a fuck. Do whatever you want, man. This is your party.
My son Woka had a run on across. He was like, so I had to help him.
Check this out, Brett.
This is the 50th episode of Spectacular.
You guys watching?
Every episode's spectacular here
I'm
at
watching
Tiny Dynamite.
I'm running a fucking podcast here, buddy. We ain't watching no goddamn videos. What are you
Just
talking
watch it
about?
real quick,
Oh my god,
so you
this
can be
fucking
like,
guy.
wow, it's pretty talented.
So needy.
Like, look how that looks. Like, that's incredible.
Oh my god. Look at that dinosaur. Okay.
Everybody get on the floor. Everybody do the dinosaur.
It has like that Pixar movie look to everything. Where it's like cartoony in a way. I mean it's good.
A little bit, yeah. The colors are kind of a little bit too bright, I think.
Like
But
saturated.
you have to
and-
really look. Given that the cars were real, but the T-Rex was computer animated in the actual movie. And
Die in the
I think
movie, you die for real.
the T-Rex looks pretty good.
You look pretty good, buddy. Like to
That's a
see
fact.
like to see you be chased by that T-Rex. I'm sure it looked phenomenal.
Probably would. Probably would.
Yeah, no joshing, bro.
I don't
I'm
think
not-
Tom talks shit.
I'm not one to josh.
No joshing at all.
No diggity. Hey, Tori.
Dreams was pretty wild too during the pandemic. There was all this COVID.
That seems like a good
Yeah,
good
that's
COVID
true.
game. I'm surprised it didn't take off during COVID.
It did.
Watch
There's
that weird dentist thing.
I mean, to you, but like the mainstream, nobody knows the fuck Dreams is.
It was also only released on PlayStation, wasn't it?
PS4, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the Sackboy thing. People weren't really you know.
The thing about Little Big Planet is miserable to play. The physics
Yes.
were garbage. And then people made like
It was
very
so much
shitty
fun.
kart racers and stuff out of it. It's like, I don't think this is made to make kart racers. It's interesting that you did it and made it work, but it's not fun to play.
It was like that day Taylor wanted us to play Hand Simulator.
Taylor enjoys playing schlock. That's what he lives for. His whole goal in life is to make my life miserable. He's very good at it.
He does a
Nah,
pretty
it's
decent
moving
job.
on.
Yeah. Hey, Tom, I bought you a Battlefield for your birthday. Why would you do that, Taylor? Was it the past 20 years of me hating Battlefield not cool enough for you? Or, I mean...
I was just hoping that maybe we could play this game together.
This is like Homer buying Marge a bowling ball.
A bowling ball.
That's what that was.
They could
Hey, Tom, I bought you $500 worth of Warhammer figures.
Oh, boy. I ain't painting
So we
these.
can paint them together.
I'm playing fucking beige. That's my army.
You just pour paint on him. Every single thing is just the same color. He's just having morbid looks on his face.
Let's get one of those rock tumblers and throw the figures and some paint in there and see what happens.
This was gonna be a bonding experience.
Oh god. I had to mod my Game Boy around his Warhammer shit. He's like, come over, we can work on your Game Boy over here. I'm like, all right, that sounds fine. And I get over there, he's like, yeah, just push that giant Warhammer Battlefield aside. You can work on the corner. Oh, thanks. Yeah, lovely. Fucking Taylor.
Oh, that's too fucking good. And I can see it. I can see exactly like that.
Let's see. I don't know. Tori, what have you been playing?
I've been playing Thousand Year Door.
Good game. Good game. You using the HD mod?
I think so. I don't know.
There is a graphics pack you can download and it makes the game look phenomenal.
Oh, really? Maybe I'll see if I can get it working on the Steam Deck. I'm playing it on the Steam Deck.
Yeah, it should work fine on the Steam Deck.
It's running fine. It crashes occasionally, and then sometimes it won't start.
Linux, am I right? Are you using the RetroArch core or are you using standalone Dolphin?
Standalone Dolphin.
Interesting. It's usually pretty stable.
But it's like very playable, and I'm enjoying it a lot.
It's a great game. It's the best in that series.
That's what I hear. I really like the original Mario RPG. I like the humor and stuff when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I never got into any of the other ones. And so
Paper Mario 1's a good game. That also has a pretty decent HD pack. That one's good. The one on the Switch is pretty good, and Super Paper Mario's interesting. It kind of fucks
I
up.
want to try that game for the Wii, right? I
Yes,
have
it was the
that.
Wii one. It was supposed to be a GameCube game originally, and they kind of went back to the drawing board and changed a few things around for the Wii.
Do you need motion controls to play it?
You do need a point at the screen. So you need the
Oh,
cursor.
okay.
So if you have the cursor mapped to the right stick or something, you should be fine.
I mean, I just play it on my TV.
Yeah, maybe. It's an interesting idea, but they I don't know. You can see the compromises they made to like throw in some Switch gimmick, or not Switch. Sorry, Wii.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to try one. If I like what I'm playing, like maybe I'll stick with it.
Yeah.
Also there's like I didn't realize there's this whole other like Mario Luigi sort of spin-off games. I guess for their Game Boy Advance games, and there's a 3DS one.
The 3DS one it's a combination. Oh wait, no, there is a standalone 3DS
I'm not
one. That one
I'm
sucked.
not I'm not talking about Sticker Star. I'm talking about there's like Mario and
Paper Jam,
Luigi,
yeah.
Paper Jam, and
Yep.
then there's another one like Dream Game or something.
No, that's Mario and Luigi Solid. There's 4 of those games, I think.
Yeah,
They
that's what I'm talking about.
yeah,
Like I didn't even know about those games.
they remade 2 of them, and I think they're remaking a third one. So
Those are
there's
pretty good, right? Those are the same type of things. They're just
yeah,
maybe
they're very humor driven, a lot of comedy. The gameplay is pretty simple. It's you have 2 buttons. One button controls Mario, and the other one controls Luigi. If you press the button, they jump. So you gotta like time dodges and attacks and things like that.
I don't know. I might try them. I'm not gonna put like 20 hours in them or
I've
whatever, but like
I've
I might.
never finished any of them. I don't know why, but they are fun games.
Yeah.
It's one of those things I always want to go back to and eventually just go through them all and finally beat them. I played a bit of all of them.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, Superstar, Dream Team, Partners in Time, Bowser's Inside Story, and the Paper
Dream
Jam.
Team and Dream Team and Bowser's Inside Story are the ones that actually kind of interest me.
Yeah,
I was
they're
watching a video
DS
about
games.
them, but I do. But I don't know. I'm gonna finish Thousand Year Door. I'm enjoying it. I'm about halfway through.
You definitely should.
I got to the part where Mario turns into like Dark Mario, Shadow Mario. I don't know if that part. But anyway, I'm enjoying it. It's a good time. What are you playing, Brett?
I am playing nothing but Midnight Suns. I think I'm on like the last 2 missions. I'm at like the 35, 40 hour mark. So I am ready to finish that and move on to Final Fantasy VII because that's the next game on my list. I'm just going through my back catalog at this point until Dead Island comes out on Thursday, Friday the 21st, Friday. And then I'll be streaming that. And then we've got a hockey game that I'm looking forward to coming out on PC, I think the week after.
Nice.
It is called, it's on my wish list. You can go download the demo right now. I advise everyone to. It is called Tape to Tape. It kind of plays like old school SNES hockey where you can just like arcadey shit, but it's a roguelike, so you can build up your team. And it's like at one point, one of the boss battles is you have to face the refs. So there's just like 12 refs on the ice that you have to figure out who the fuck the real players are.
Oh, it looks cool.
It's a lot of fun. Advise anyone to go look into it, go play the demo. Yeah.
You throw
Play it.
sticks and stuff. That was neat.
Yeah, exactly. And all you can get like some weird special powers, and they like have the arch rival style like character's name. Like one of the Irish guys is called Angus McShaggy.
Sounds sexy.
Good stuff. A lot of fun. That's all I'm really playing is that, and I've gone back and forth. Oh, I beat WWE 2K23. I beat the story mode like 2 days ago.
I'm very proud of you.
Beat that, and yeah, that was fun. It was a good 20 hours. That story mode was really good. revenge story. You didn't have to report like 2 years ago when they wrote the EA story where you had to report your friend for having a heart murmur so you could like take a starting position. It was good, fun game, a lot better than any of the other ones.
I'm
So
sure
yeah,
it
Midnight
was, Brett.
Suns, some WWE, a little Warhammer mixed in for some flavor. Good stuff. Looking forward to Dead Island too.
What the fuck
How
is
are you, Tom?
Bloodhound?
Hmm?
Why do I buy games? I don't understand.
I hate when I buy games and then go look at a game and like that looks really good, and then I realize it's like it's in your library. I'm like, oh god.
Yeah, I have that. I have Bloodhound. I'm like, what the fuck is Bloodhound? I don't remember this.
So I got some
Did
love.
Did anybody buy or play that Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog game?
No,
Yeah,
it looks weird.
it looks like a fun
I
thing. I haven't got around to do actually.
I
Play it.
downloaded it. I never played it. I heard it's really good though. It's just like a visual novel though, right?
It's a visual novel that will break off into like these Sonic-esque levels during it to progress.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
We'll check it out.
I mean, why not? It was free, right? What have I been playing? Let's see here. Playing some Resident Evil 3. Want to go play the remake a bit more. I'll probably finish that again at some point. I got this game. It's an early demo mode called Gordlets, and it's absolutely adorable, but there's nothing to do in the game. It is straight up a concept, like proof of concept kind of demo, where you can do very basic things. Like it's a isometric city builder, but it's like geared towards just being like cute, I guess. So, I mean, it's a very limited demo with no real options to it, so I'm not sure how depth it's going to be and what the goal is. But right now, you can just like drop a few buildings and watch the little Gordlets come to town and
That's cool.
be cute and go inside your little coffee shop and sit on a bench and read a newspaper and stuff. That's
Oh,
really all it is. It's you have an open platform. You can expand it as you wish, add change the terrain in very minimal ways, and just watch them come to your town. It's gonna be really cute when it comes out. I hope they actually do something cool with it. I also played a different game, and it's called Double Shake. It's also a demo. I guess it was a Kickstarter back in 2020 that I have heard nothing about, and I was just browsing and found it. And what it is, it very liberally takes from what it's trying to be, and it is Tomba mixed with Mischief Makers and Klonoa, and that is exactly
yes,
what this game is.
Cool.
They're not shying away from it. It looks like
that's
Tomba.
amazing.
You can pick things up and shake them. You can throw things down and bounce up like Klonoa, and yeah, I'm not sure what the progress of this game is. There has been a lot of updates since 2020. The demo is it's rough. It's a rough demo, but you get the idea of what the game's going to be. I don't know. I really like Tomba, so any game that kind of wants a riff on it, I'm all down for trying. What else have I been playing? Last of Us. Yes, I've been playing The Last of Us. I got the latest update and it was like, all right, it's gonna fix that crashing problem I've been having. And within 15 seconds, it crashed again, which was a record of crashing times for me because I can usually go 20 minutes or so without a crash, and then post update it was 30 seconds for crash. And then I realized there is a unpublished, I don't know if you call it unpublished, but you have to look for it. There is a hotfix that NVIDIA released that will it's an update to your drivers and it will fix the game. And I did not know this. I had to see
nice.
somebody talk about it on a Discord channel out of coincidence, and I was like, oh yes, this game is absolute garbage on my computer. And then I installed that hotfix. It ran absolutely fine.
Nice.
It fixed everything. I was playing for hours and didn't have a single problem. So whatever that hotfix did, it fixed. And then
Thinking about picking it up.
the last thing I did before we started this podcast was update my NVIDIA driver. So I'm hoping those new drivers already have this hotfix included.
I have to do that tonight too.
Yeah. That game is very fun. I turn on the cheat mode and I just had myself unlimited throwable items. So I just throw the spike bomb trap things everywhere, and it is the funnest game I've ever played in my life. I very much enjoy it.
Nice.
They fucking explode, man. It's the same physics as Last of Us 2, I think. So when they die, they die. I had this one guy who he tripped over a trip mine but didn't die. He got knocked out. He got back up, and instantly when he stood up, the one behind it exploded, and it made his body parts fly everywhere. And I sat there giggling for like 15 minutes, and it was wonderful. It was the funniest thing I've
They
ever
got
seen.
Steve.
Have you watched the videos of the first person shooter mod?
No,
Oh, it looks so. I might get it just for that. Like, it looks wild.
yeah, yeah,
Just body parts flying off and stuff. I don't know.
dude, it's so good. People like
First
that game for the
person,
wrong reasons. I'm telling you,
yeah.
the fun game in
First,
there.
PUBG first person shooting was like the most terrifying thing as you're sitting in a closet. You're like, ah, this game sucks to run around, but I'm sitting here in a closet about to get fucking blown up.
I was looking for something to play with Soul, and then she decided to play Styx, the second one. That's the one where you're the little goblin dude. You're an assassin thief guy, and that's a pretty fun co-op game. It's a little what's the term for it? Not glitchy, but it's kind of like rough. It's kind of a rough game. But the general premise of that game is humans are bad guys, and you have to go through stages to complete a goal, which is usually collect an item or kill this person or don't be seen going through this. And you go through the very platformer-esque styling of the stages. They're not very coherent in design, so it's designed kind of like a 3D platformer, but more grounded, if you know what I mean. Like, it's trying to be like a realistic style game, but it's very outlandish in design. So it's like an obstacle course to get through these stages, and it's a fun game. You have no weapons, so if you are you can craft weapons, so you can get like a single shot for a crossbow, and then if you want to do it again, you have to find parts and build another bolt and stuff. But if you don't have any tools on you, you don't have a sword or anything. You will die if they catch you. So you have to kill them stealthily. And that's an interesting concept, because typically when I play games that are stealth focused,
Sounds really cool, actually.
if I get seen, I'll say fuck it and start shooting or stabbing people. But
Exactly.
you don't have that option in this game, so you have very limited resources, or you just be hidden. I got it for like I think $3 on CD keys, so it's not an expensive game. It's relatively cheap. What else have I been playing? I don't know. I played some of the Grim Grimoire remake. It's Grim Grimoire still. I like Vanillaware games. It's it's still that game. It's a console RTS 2D. So it's like vertical platforms kind of thing where you have generators and all that stuff. You have resources coming in. You use those resources to build other things like other character units or other bases and stuff, and then it's very fantasy themed, fairies and knights and all that kind of thing. Very Vanillaware. If you're aware of their games, they have a very distinct style. And
I'm not.
you know what? No, they made Odin Sphere, 13 Agaris Rim, whatever the fuck the name of that game was. The weird visual novel mech strategy game that came out on the PS4 and then they released it on Switch later. They did Muramasa on the Wii. Princess Crown.
PlayStation mech game that you could play. I'm trying. Oh no, that was Vanguard Hearts.
Vanguard Bandits? Or
Bandits.
Vanguard Hearts. There's two different games.
Vanguard Heart, yeah.
The Vanguard
Bandits is the one I'm thinking of.
Vanguard Bandits was the Konami turn-based strategy game.
That was fun.
I'm sorry, Tori, am I boring you?
Oh, is that not audible? No, it's like I don't know
what
what
was
time
your
zone-
deep sigh audible?
Oh, it's super
Yeah.
audible.
This
Yeah,
is-
I
yeah.
don't know what time zone you guys are, and it's pretty late here though.
It's this is the 50th fucking episode, my man.
Yeah, what the fuck are you doing?
Pep
Are we
the
not
pep the fuck up.
start chewing on pure cocaine like I am?
Yeah.
You sound like that's what you've been doing.
Yeah, I have work in the morning. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing this podcast for.
I'm eating chocolate.
My life is miserable. All I do is
Chocolate and blood orange.
go to work and sleep. It's rough life, man. It's rough. Play video games on the rare occasion. I modded a Game Boy. I've been playing Link's Awakening on it. I'm enjoying it very much. I got an old DMG original Game Boy that was broken on eBay, and then I fixed it and put it in a pretty snazzy pastel pink shell, and I've installed a backlit IPS screen on it, and it's quite wonderful. I'm actually enjoying playing it. I gotta replace the speaker. The speaker's very tinny. I think that's just how the speakers were, but I could still buy a more modern upgrade. I don't know. That's all I got.
Play
I'm sorry.
Fortnite on there.
I cannot play Fortnite now. It is protected
Bummer.
from the Fortnite-ness. I haven't played Fortnite in a while. I think I played one game with you and Gretchen like a week ago. And that's
Yeah, me and my son played like 2 games the other day. That was the first time I've played.
Gretchen is
Playing a lot of Smash Brothers.
Oh yeah, that's a different game. I was saying Gretchen is not level 100 yet, so we've been slacking on that.
I was just gonna say
Just normie level, like level 30. What is that? The game's been
we
out
all
for
come
months.
on and we're like 5 levels of each other. We're like, what the fuck?
And I've been getting her to play actual PC games, and like she played through that Grudge game.
I was gonna say Oberdin changed it.
Grudge. What is that game? It's like the Lovecraftian fishing game. You know what I'm talking about? Grudge.
Grudge, yeah.
Dredge, yeah.
Is she liking it?
Oh, she beat it and loved it.
Holy fuck!
She
That's
played
on
it
my
again.
playlist. It's been out for like a week.
I got her Terra Nil, and she loves that game. She did Oberdin.
Oberdin was like 2 days gone.
I wish I had the ability to play one game and sit down and actually enjoy it and play it through. That'd be a nice experience. I did that with Resident Evil 4, but typically I'll play games in short bursts and switch between them a lot. I'm very bad at focusing. I've been more or less watching movies these days anyway.
Depends on the game. Like right now, if I don't finish Midnight Sun, it's not gonna be done. So I'm just like, just do it. You're like so close. Just fucking finish it.
I really like that. What was that game from Resident Evil Guys Studio? The music platformer, Hi-Fi Rush. I like that game a lot.
yeah.
I haven't gone back to finish it.
I tried. There's a guitar game on Xbox right now. I tried to play Infinite Guitars.
I saw that one, yeah.
It's weird, but all it made me want to do was go back and play Final Fantasy: The Rhythm. I think that game has spoiled me this year for rhythm games.
Final Fantasy: The Rhythm.
I saw that, yeah.
It's the actual rhythm, you goddamn pleb.
Yeah, that game has spoiled me this year for that type of genre, because that one's just like basically Guitar Hero with 3 buttons, and I maybe it gets more tough, but I was like, no, I'm good. The other game was just pretty near perfect.
A year or two ago, they released a Kingdom Hearts music game, and I have completely forgotten how that game plays. 100% forgotten. I played through the game, and I cannot remember a fucking thing about it.
I didn't even know it came out.
Yeah, it's out. It's a game that exists. You can play it. I wouldn't recommend it. Saying I can't remember.
Yeah, since you don't fucking remember any of it.
Yeah, it can't be bad enough for me to get mad. Like that Persona dancing game is fucking trash, and I remember it because it's so bad. But I cannot.
There you go. That was probably a good solid 6, I guess.
It's like that. It's like that. What people say, like the middling is like the worst place you want to be, because you're not like memorable enough to be like, oh, that shitty fucking game, or it's not good enough to say, oh, that game was actually pretty good. It's just like,
it came and went. Yeah,
it's like a rom-com. You watch it, and 2 days later, you're like, oh, that was a movie I watched one time.
Hitch.
Exactly. I can't remember what movie it is, but there's one movie. It's exactly, agreeing to what I'm about to say. But there was a movie that I was watching once, and I was like, I've seen this movie before. And then I remember, it was that Mark Wahlberg / who was the black guy who talks like this? Morgan Freeman movie. It's an action. I think it was called like Two Guns or something. And I saw it in theaters, and then I was watching on TV years later, and I was like, I've seen this before, and then I remembered I was in theaters and saw it, and it happened again like last year. So it was on. No, it's like I've seen this movie before, and it was like the 3rd time.
Wanted.
I'm almost positive it's called Two Guns.
I don't know. I've never seen it.
It's bad. Don't watch it. It's a very middling, bad, boring action movie. I've been doing this thing. The plan is that me and Sil are gonna start watching 80s action movies and doing a podcast about them. And we've been watching a few, and we watched an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie I've never even heard of before called Raw Deal. And it is like the least action-packed action movie I've ever seen. Almost nothing happens in it. It is crazy. It has a pretty good like final showdown, but otherwise it's a complete waste of time. Like it's... Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, no action. What is that? You get him for his acting?
It's got
Yes.
31 on Rotten Tomatoes, huh?
What's it?
31.
Yeah, that seems a little high for that movie. To be honest
What
with
made
you.
you watch that pick? What made you pick this one though?
I was just going through action movies. We were gonna watch Streets on Fire. Streets of Fire, what that one's called, but it wasn't on Amazon Prime, and if you Amazon Prime has that feature where if you both have it or if it's on Prime itself, you can make a watch party and watch it together. And Raw Deal was one of the movies that came up when you typed in Streets of Fire. It says movies like that and Raw Deal Prime. Like, I watch that. It's fun. I like Arnold Schwarzenegger. He does action stuff occasionally. Not in that movie. Don't recommend it. Bad movie. Yeah, that's all I got. I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm running out of stuff too. This was a good 50th episode. Woo!
Yeah.
We made it.
I was just
Half
gonna.
of 100.
I was going to do this episode in the middle of last week and just do a Mario movie review, which we didn't do, by the way. We'll save it for next week, I guess.
We can do another one this week coming up. Yeah, this weekend.
It was supposed to be because I didn't do a podcast last week. Like, we can just do a 50th anniversary or 50th episode, just talk about Mario movie because that happened on the 50th episode. It's kind of a weird coincidence. And then I didn't do it because I got busy with my very monotonous life.
And sick, and then everyone got sick, and
Yeah,
then Tori got sick.
I keep getting like sick for a day. It sucks. It's happened to me twice in the past 3 weeks. Or one day I feel like absolute garbage, and then the day afterwards I feel perfectly fine. And that was me yesterday. My Patriots day, my Massachusetts Boston Strong day, and I was sick for it. Sucked.
Gabe had a double ear infection and almost strep throat. Evie ended up coming down with an ear infection last week.
What are you doing to these kids?
They go to daycare. It's daycare, man. They were all kids of the pandemic, and they get around each other. And
they need those little gerbil balls. You put them in that little plastic ball, and you seal them. They run around the ball. You need one of those.
But Taylor's kids are sick all the time. Like, Taylor is just like, oh yeah, he got whooping cough and the measles. You're just like, that's a thing?
He's gonna be immune to every disease when he's older.
I know, right?
Is he?
Indestructible.
He's either going to be immune to every disease, or he's going to be that kid who's out 90% of the year.
Homeschooled.
You're like, oh yeah, remember Jerry?
Well, how old were your kids when you first sent them off to daycare though?
2.
Yeah, Taylor's been doing it.
1,
Taylor's
maybe?
kid just turned 2, and
he
he's been
just
doing
turned
it
2.
for like a full year already. So
Yeah, we were either doing 2 or 1, but Gabe never got that sick. Evie was the one where we didn't like, I almost wasn't able to go to her birth because we were like that week cutoff because of the pandemic. So I think it's something to do with and then they didn't go back to daycare till like 6 months after she was born.
that must have sucked.
Their friends missed him.
I don't have a kid. I don't know. I have a
You
dog.
have a dog though. It's almost.
You do. You're a dog dad.
I just say, hey, I'm going to work, and she's like, okay. Like, here's a chew bone, and she's like, ah, man, I'll be working on this for hours, and I got the idea, and then I go. And I come back, and we play ball in the yard or something.
Yeah, I do that with Gabe, and then they're just like, you're not supposed to keep a kid in the car with the car leg only cracked. I'm like, oh, just learn for next time.
He'd be fine.
What? Left him a ball? And a chew toy? He's 9.
Yeah.
Dad, this isn't cool. Like, I can talk now. Look at him talking all baby.
Try to pull away from me, just growling at you.
Look like baby from Metalocalypse when that.
For real, I want to bed, so
Yep, me
Yeah.
too. Until next weekend, guys. Thanks. Episode 50. I was Brett. That is Tom. That is Tori. Please come back. Tell your friends. Give us a like.
I'll probably
Please.
hopefully do this on a Sunday where I'm not half asleep. That'd be great.
Exactly.
Dude, 9-to-5 jobs suck.
Dude, they do. Please tell your friends so we don't have to do this anymore and get paid for doing it and talk to you guys. Please. We love you. Bye.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll go with that. Let me stop the
Right.
stream.